But did you know that officially more than half of the people on planet Earth are on social media now? Not more than half of the people on the internet, actually more than half of humans are on social platforms.
You gotta just press record.
And why YouTube specifically though? You know, because there's so many different marketing opportunities right now, and there's so many things you're already doing. In fact, you might be thinking, yeah, it sounds cool, would love to do YouTube, but like I'm already busy, I already got a lot of stuff to do. Well, why YouTube specifically? Well, right now there's over 2.3 billion monthly active users on YouTube that are actually logged in every month with a Gmail account. So those watching, that's even more than that. What's fascinating is if you think about especially reaching baby boomers, that many people are watching YouTube without a Gmail account, but they just log in from their IP, they just log in, from their computer, their smart TV, they just start watching and your content can start reaching them. In fact, 7 out of 10 baby boomers are already on YouTube, more Gen X. So this isn't like, is this gonna be happening for the audience you wanna reach? It already is happening. It's exciting. And social media and live streaming has only been accelerated by the pandemic that we've been going through. I just had Christmas. I'm sure you celebrated as well. Merry Christmas. And so I was home with family in Seattle, and we're hanging out. And it was super weird because my mom and stepdad in their 70s began to tell me about their favorite YouTubers they've been watching. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was like, excuse me, what, Mom? And I started to realize that even this year, their adoption of YouTube, social media, was accelerated with lockdowns and with people becoming more comfortable accessing these platforms. But one of the things that I think is most significant and why it's important that we go all in to grow our businesses with YouTube is because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Second to Google and owned by Google, YouTube is accessed by people with questions and people that are trying to solve problems. What this means is that you can create a YouTube video one time, upload it on YouTube, but that it can continue to be accessed for weeks, months, and even years to come. I have videos that are literally 10 years old now. I didn't know it at the time, but I've been able to live the experience of posting them on YouTube, figuring out strategies that work to keep them being seen, which you'll learn today, that are still getting views this year. And it kind of reminds me of a concept that you're an expert at already, and it's compound interest, right? Albert Einstein said it was the 8th wonder of the world. Benjamin Franklin said, money makes money, and the money that makes money makes money. And what's the power of compound interest? It's the fact that it starts small and it seems insignificant, but that if you're consistent with it over time, it begins to compound. And the truth is we can actually relate YouTube to that, maybe not in the same way, but is this gonna take energy for you to do? Yes. Is this gonna take some time and some focus? It is. Is this gonna cause you to maybe get a little bit uncomfortable and hit record on your camera, make a few bad videos at first? It will. But as you start small, it begins to compound over time because YouTube is a content library and it's the second largest search engine in the world. But one of my favorite things is that YouTube is free. So when I think about it as a marketing channel, it's an opportunity to get on there that's only waiting for us on the other side of our blood, sweat, and tears, right? Of just putting a little time into it because the platform is free. This actually makes me think of, it reminds me of my grandfather, Lowell Reed, when I think about the power of YouTube and it being free. My grandpa Lowell was in the Army Air Corps, which eventually became the Air Force, and he was a pilot and an instructor. And he would instruct other pilots on flying bombers and Army fighters. And actually, he met his wife, my grandma Martha. She was a mechanic. And she would help build these planes and then fly them to Army airports. And after their service, they moved to Edmonds, Washington, near Seattle. And he became a dentist and started a dental practice. And I often think about the modern marketing opportunities of today and compared to how you would market your business even a few years ago. and what it takes, him as an entrepreneur, to build your business, and the time and the energy and the stress and the weight and the things that you carry and I carry myself, right? And unfortunately, both my grandfather and grandmother have passed on, and they missed the opportunity to see my business grow over the last decade, start and grow, and to meet my son, Sean Bradley. But I oftentimes think of a conversation that someday we'll have in heaven over coffee. And I'm so grateful for my grandfather because he taught me so many things like the value of work ethic and honor and integrity and building your life on the Word of God. And I imagine us having this conversation and just sitting down and him saying, Sean, hey, tell me about your life. What are you guys up to? And I'll say, oh, Grandpa, we have a son now. He's 15 months old. He's absolutely a lunatic. And actually, we have another one on the way. I don't know how that happened. I mean, actually, I do know how that happened, but we don't need to talk about. I don't know if you're allowed to talk about that in heaven. And we'll be talking, and they'll say, "Well, tell me about your business." I'll say, "Well, Grandpa, I started a business. I started uploading videos on YouTube, actually reviewing tech, and I actually do YouTube, and I teach YouTube marketing." You'll be like, "Oh, what's YouTube?" I'll say, "Oh, it's kind of like TV." But you take the shows and you put them on the internet and people can watch them whenever they want. And he'd be like, oh, that's so cool. Man, tell me, how many people watch your YouTube? And I'd say, oh, Grandpa, about 3,500 people. And he'd say, wow, 3,500 people a year? I'd say, no, Grandpa, about 3,500 people every hour, 24 hours a day. And then at that moment, he'd go, this is crazy. Are you serious? How much, Sean, to reach all those people? And with that message, did you have to get studio time? Did you have to get fancy, like, $1 million of equipment? That is so amazing. How much did it cost, Sean? And I would say, Grandpa, it's free. And at that moment, my known to be gentle, God-fearing, and very kind grandpa, I have a feeling, would spit his coffee out and punch me in the face. I don't know if you're allowed to punch people in heaven, but I promise you, in reaction, putting in perspective the reality of YouTube, that he'd say, what are you talking? In my day, come on, you love starting sentences that way. In my day, talking to the younger generation, I had to put radio ads out. I had to spend my hard-earned money on billboards. I had to create referral services, and all of that stuff's amazing. But the reason I share that is to say, not that YouTube's gonna be easy, but that the opportunity is real, and it's waiting for you on the other side of punching fear in the face, punching perfectionism in the face, not making any excuses why you're too busy or you can't do it, and just choosing to press record. And so 10 years ago, I really discovered this power of YouTube when my wife and I hit the hardest season of our life. 2007, I started dabbling on YouTube for my local church, but at that time, we were in over $700,000 in debt, medical bills piling up. We were losing our home, and I started posting videos on YouTube. And now, fast forward to today, it's been crazy because small town kid shooting videos in my bedroom, over 2 million subscribers, which is insane. And I know that doesn't help you. But the reason I share that is because it's not about 2 million. You don't need 2 million. You need 200 new people in your business. You need 20. Right? And so the opportunity is real as you just start. And now my mission is to help people build their influence with YouTube. Wrote a book called YouTube Secrets. Have had the opportunity to work with crazy brands like Canon or Amazon or Western Digital and been able to get press and media, which is a really good way to build your authority that can happen in response to the content you create. Being featured, have now built a business of about 20 people. We're based in Las Vegas and Seattle, and I'm most proud that we've been able to help so many students start YouTube channels, grow them, and reach their goals when it comes to leveraging this powerful platform. And it's super powerful, and I think that's why many of the most consistently influential entrepreneurs we see online today really use YouTube, whether that's a Gary Vaynerchuk or a Lewis Howes or a Brennan Burchard or a Grant Cardone. But I want you to meet Larry. Larry is a chartered financial analyst, and he posted his first YouTube video on June 9th, 2021. And you can kind of see that what Larry has going on here, there's no fancy studio. It's just an office, maybe like yours, a home office, maybe like yours. No special lighting. He just uses his smartphone. And he begins to deliver valuable information. One of the questions I get all the time is, Sean, is it too late to start YouTube? Like, I mean, YouTube's about 16 years old now. It just got its driver's license. And like, can I still hook my wagon to this train? And the answer is yes, because literally just posting his first video, since that time, in the last 6 months, he's grown 53,000 subscribers, 900,000 views, and he's only posted 13 videos. But friends, it's because he was posting the right videos. And my encouragement for you is that, what if you got 10% of those results? Honestly, what if you got 1% of those results? That's practical. Whether you're in the back, how are my people in the back doing? Whether you're in the front, like all across this room, that is practical for you to start reaching individuals with your content.
Did you hear that Grow with Video Live 2022 is back in person? This is your opportunity to network with like-minded people just like you, to make friendships, to make business partnerships. This is your opportunity to get in the room. You can get your ticket now at growwithvideolive.com. They're going so fast, so make sure you get your ticket right now at growwithvideolive.com.